This meltdown's too wild to miss. Did he really think she'd stay broken while he played the field? That's the blazing mess unfolding right now, with Iman Shumpert spiraling over Teyana Taylor's red-hot romance with Aaron Pierre. Their divorce was already a train wreck, but this latest chapter, it's pure chaos, drenched in jealousy, betrayal, and a custody fight that's got everyone talking. Buckle up. This story's about to take you somewhere wild. It all kicked off in January 2023, when Teyana Taylor slipped out of her 7-year marriage to Iman Shumpert like a ghost in the night. She filed for divorce quietly, but by September, she had to break the silence on Instagram, insisting they'd been apart for a while. She called it a friendly split. Two people growing apart, no big deal, and swore Iman was still her bestie. Even threw in a line about infidelity not being the culprit, like she was protecting something fragile. Fans bought it for a hot minute, lapping up the idea of a drama-free Hollywood breakup. But that calm? It was a mirage. The second the courts got involved, the floodgates ripped open, accusations flew, secrets spilled, and what started as a mutual parting turned into a full-on war. Whispers had been floating for years that Iman couldn't handle Teyana's star power, even back when her music and dance moves were outshining his NBA fadeaways. That tension was the spark, and what came next lit the whole thing ablaze. Iman didn't just step into the ring, he charged in with the pettiest playbook imaginable. He demanded Teyana hand back every gift he'd ever given her over their decade together. We're talking diamond necklaces, luxury bags, even a condo he'd dropped serious cash on during their happier days. It was like he wanted to erase every trace of their love story, or at least claw back the receipts. Then he took it further, gunning for a slice of her music royalties, tracks she'd laid down long before he swaggered into her life. Divorce law usually splits what you build together, not what you brought in solo, so this move had lawyers raising eyebrows and fans calling him shameless. But the real jaw-dropper, he begged the court to cut his child support for their daughters, Junie and Rue, from $8,000 a month to next to nothing. For an ex-NBA champ who'd pocketed multi-million-dollar contracts, that's chump change. Yet he cried broke, claiming Teyana's $93,000 monthly haul dwarfed his $47,000. Teyana's team wasn't having it. They rolled up with proof he was living large, $112,000 a month total, with $14,000 on gourmet meals, $19,000 jetting between South Atlanta and Alpharetta, and a whopping $144,000 on his podcast. Broke. More like blowing cash he didn't want to share. Rumors started swirling late 2023 that his post-basketball grind, podcasts, music videos, wasn't paying like he'd hoped, and this divorce was his desperate cash grab. But that wasn't the half of it. The cheating bombshells hit like a hurricane. Teyana didn't hold back, alleging Iman's wandering started before they even swapped vows in 2016. She claimed he kept it up through both her pregnancies, times when most would expect loyalty to lock in. One accusation cut deeper than the rest. He allegedly sent selfies with their 2-month-old daughter to women he was sneaking around with, flaunting his side flings like a trophy. That's not just betrayal, that's a slap in the face. Iman tried flipping the script, hinting Teyana wasn't spotless either, but she shut it down fast. Any moves she made came during breaks he forced with his cheating. She never crossed him while they were solid. His track record wasn't exactly hush-hush either. Just 2 months after their wedding, the streets buzzed with rumors of him tangled in a 3-way fling with another woman. Teyana's Instagram and Twitter went dark, fueling theories she'd caught him in the act. She resurfaced swinging, denying it was about some mystery chick, blaming a delayed WTP video instead. But fans weren't convinced. Fast forward to 2023, a TikTok user posted a mysterious skit about a singer heartbroken over her NBA ex's constant cheating, ending up in the hospital after overdoing it on nose candy. Suddenly, Teyana's hospital post from months earlier, where she blamed exhaustion from touring, started to raise eyebrows. Teyana's breaking point wasn't just one moment, it was years piling up. She laid it bare in court. Iman's emotional and mental abuse had her trapped. She said he'd been jealous of her fame from day one, even though his NBA checks outpaced her music and acting gigs. He'd fire off condescending texts whenever she stole the spotlight, picking fights over nothing, even on her birthday, only to play sorry later. She painted a picture of a man insecure despite his swagger, Lashing out because the paparazzi wanted her solo shots? Not him. To keep the peace, she made sacrifices, turning down acting roles after Junie's birth in 2015 and Rue's in 2020, hoping it'd steady their rocky home. That hit her bank account hard. And guess who complained? Iman, suddenly mad she wasn't raking in cash after years of her propping him up. She'd tried leaving before, filed in 2021 after his bickering hit a peak, then again in 2022 when his manipulation tightened its grip. Both times, she pulled back when he begged for another shot, promising change. By early 2023, she was done riding that roller coaster, mentally drained from dimming her light for a man who couldn't stand to see her shine. Whispers from 2022 hinted her hospital stint wasn't just exhaustion. Some speculated his mind games pushed her to the edge. She never confirmed it, but the timing raised questions. And what came next turned the heat up even higher. The custody battle flipped the script into a whole new nightmare. Teyana didn't mince words. She accused Iman of neglecting Junie and Rue when they were in his care. She claimed he wouldn't feed them properly, smoked around them, and even watched them while under the influence. One story stood out. In Chicago, he allegedly dumped the girls, both under 8, into a rideshare alone, sending them to the United Center while he rolled up separately in a private car. For a dad in a strange city, that's next-level reckless. She said she'd offered him extra time with them over and over, but he'd brush it off, citing his packed schedule. 3 days' notice wasn't enough. He'd whine. Court docs backed her up with witness statements, painting him as an absentee father who'd rather flex than parent. Then, late 2024 hit, and suddenly Iman's all about the kids, pushing for more custody out of nowhere. Why the switch? Insiders point to one thing: Teyana's new man. Reports from early 2025 say he's been erratic, spotted ranting to friends, obsessing over her every move. He'd coasted along fine with flings of his own, but her moving on flipped a switch. And it's about to get messier. Cue Aaron Pierre, the game changer Iman never saw coming. Teyana and Aaron burst onto the scene in 2024, and they're not playing coy. First, they turned heads at the 15% pledge program, all smiles and vibes. Days later, they doubled down at the American Black Film Festival Gala, strutting in like they owned the night. When Aaron snagged a Rising Star Award, their hugs stole the show. Not some quick dap, but a deep, soul-stirring embrace that screamed black love in neon lights. Fans lost it, flooding X with power couple hype. "They look good together," one wrote. Teyana's radiant, free from the shadows, and Aaron's right there, matching her energy. Rumors swirled Iman's been lurking her Instagram, zooming in on every post for clues. Some say he even DM'd mutuals fishing for dirt. She's unbothered, living her best life, while he's stuck watching her soar. But that wasn't the whole story. Iman's crash out is the cherry on this messy Sunday. Sources say he's been a wreck since Aaron entered the picture. Salty Teyana's not at home playing single mom while he bounces between flings. In summer 2024, he was caught beachside with Amber Rose, laughing it up like he'd moved on first. No one batted an eye. He's been linked to women left and right since the split. But Teyana finding happiness? That's where he draws the line. Insiders claim he's been venting to anyone who'll listen, expecting her to stay locked down with the kids, not out glowing with Mr. Mufasa. He's so heated that late 2024 reports say he's threatening a custody grab, not because he's dad of the year, but to punish her. Teyana's already called him out as a no-show parent, alleging he'd dodge the girls unless it fit his vibe. That Chicago rideshare stunt? Just one of many, she says. He'd rather party than step up. Now, with her thriving, he's pulling this card and it's got hypocrisy written all over it. Some speculate he's plotting a public stunt next. Maybe a tell-all podcast EP to flip the narrative. Whatever he's cooking, it's clear he's not letting her win quietly. And it's about to get uglier. So, here's the rundown. Teyana Taylor clawed her way out of a toxic marriage, cheating, control, and petty games to reclaim her throne with Aaron Pierre, leaving Iman Shumpert flailing in the dust. She weathered his gift grabs, his custody flip-flops, his jealousy-fueled tantrums, and came out shining. He's out here mad she's not crying over him, proving her every accusation right. This ain't over. Will Iman keep crashing, or does he have one last play to steal the spotlight? One thing's certain, Teyana's living proof you can rise from the ashes while your ex chokes on the smoke. What's your take? Is Iman done for, or is this just round one of a bigger blowout? Drop your thoughts because this tea's still piping hot.